Well, hello everyone. We're back and we are talking about Monster Energy being incredibly stupid today, which is actually a really fun departure from some of the stuff we've talked about previously. And as you can see, I have a screenshot up here of all the brands that Monster Energy owns, which will become important a little bit later. As yeah, they see Predator down there in that corner. Sorry, I'm blocking it. But they also have Monster, Bird Energy, NOS, Full Throttle, Relentless, Mother, and Rain, and Predator Energy, which are all brands I will be going out of my way to avoid at this point because of one simple reason. See, first brought up by Automaton, I found it through several other sources on YouTube. That they are filing bogus patent complaints in the Japanese office, and apparently, thanks to the reporting done by Young Yeah, there are other companies that have had to deal with this. So let me bring up their source information here. Are so where in so this has been reported by Young Yeah, not myself, that a company that was owned by or run by developer Vince Livings demanded control over the monster's logo, meaning the black and green color scheme. In addition to other terms requiring to change the scaling of the words, monster style font, so they could avoid being confused, apparently. And if they agreed to their terms, that they would never have a sequel to the Monsters Immortal title, and Dark Deception, a game about monsters, could never use the monster in the title, which would give them or basically effective ownership and copyright over the word monster. And I don't think Monster Energy really understands that there is a subtle nuance between the name monster, as in a capitalized, properly used title, which in Monster Energy's case is Monster Energy, not monster by itself. Because if you get down to the word monster by itself, it's a generic word that has been used plenty of times in history in various works, and it's impossible to do copyright infringement or patent complaint on literally books that have been around for a long time. So back to Twitter. Um, Apparently, it has now hit to the point where they are going after Monster Hunter and Pocket Monsters, aka Pokemon, but the Japan version of the game, which is really where it all started. And Monsters Inc. as a brand did not come into a thing until 2002, where Pokemon was firmly established and releasing games as far back as 1996. I do not believe this is going to go well for Monster because now regular people like myself are getting wind of this, and frankly, we're already tired of it. Because when you have indie devs like this that are having to deal with patent complaints, and they may not have the resources to do it, and getting strong armed into agreeing to terms that may or may not hold up to legal scrutiny, but they are unable to hire a lawyer because they don't have the resources to do so, may not legally be bound to those agreements except for the fact they signed them, which is something I feel is kind of akin to being forced to agree to something with a gun against your head. This is the corporate equivalent, of course. And just to verify, this is their official website and their brands, as you can see, that is legitimately off their website. So, the article notes that the patent office said that there wouldn't be any confusion amongst the multiple various complaints about Monster Energy had been mostly rejected, which is exactly the crux of the argument is that they don't want to have any brand confusion. I am pretty sure, hold on here. Oh, fantastic. Monster's logo actually came up proper with all the rest of the Pokemon logos. I don't think there is any possible confusion between Monster Energy's logo, which is down here in the center, or Pokemon X and Y over on the right, or the Pokemon logos here, or any of the other Pokemon logos on this page. I don't see any confusion here. Why is this even a thing, Monster, except for the fact you obviously have too much money on your hands and have nothing better to do with it except file frivolous lawsuits? And if you have that much money, it's going to be real easy to not spend my money on any of your products. So let's go back to Twitter and keep reading here. TLDR, they already lost and lose on the regular. After over 100 complaint lawsuits against different names with the word monster in it since November 2002, the Japan Patent Office has been routinely denying Monster Energy's trademark complaints. BS are your patent complaints. It's actually hilarious. Monster Energy thinks it puts in complaints or to the Japanese Patent Office, or so it can be confusion. well, well, let me bring this back up here. So, everyone, let's make this real easy. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but I can tell you what I am going to be doing. These brands on the screen, I don't consume anyway, but I will be making sure I do not even accidentally buy one of these in the future. Because, frankly, these people don't know what they're doing. They have too much money on their hands that they can afford to file frivolous lawsuits over and over and over again and constantly lose. So let's go help out the indie devs who might not be able to fight it like a Pokemon company can. Let's make sure that money that we would be spending on stuff like Monster is start spending it on other companies like the gamer subs that I see a lot of streamers going after or championing. Let's give it to that indie game on Steam. That $2 or $3 you would be spending on a Monster Energy could help out these companies fight Monster and hopefully get Monster to quit acting like a bully with these patent complaints. And if you want any more information, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all next video.